Hey, what's up, my friends? It's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA here for you today on Thursday, January 18th, 2024. We got NBA player props, spreads, predictions here for you today. We got 5 picks that are great value bets for this Thursday NBA slate. As always, we'd just like to thank you guys all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers. You guys have been absolutely killing it lately. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me. It helps me out a lot. Make sure you guys also check us out on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at Straight Fire Picks for more picks and content, recaps, ladder challenges, stuff like that. Be sure to also drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section as well. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. Include your pick in the video if it hits. Also, be sure to check out our community Discord page as well. Great way to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets. We'll also have a link down below in the comment section and description for that. Now, a quick shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So, as always, you guys see this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there's a join button down below. We'll also have a link in the comment section and description for that. What do you get with that? Well, you get access to our plays early. So basically, whenever I'm done with the research in the morning, I post them up in the community tab for our members. Our plays with the research. So you guys can see all the detailed notes I have and the best lines that you guys can get for those plays. And I'm telling you, a lot of those lines do end up moving. I've seen that happen a lot over the last couple weeks. So definitely something you guys can take advantage of there. It's a great way to support the channel and what we do here as well. It's a cost of about a coffee, $3.99 per month. And like I said, it helps us out. Goes a long way in helping us out in what we do here at the channel. All right, now results from the previous episode. Oh, before I say that, shout out to our newest Straight Fire MVP, Matt Lee. I almost forgot. Thank you so much for signing up. Appreciate you. Now let's get into our recap section here. So we got from yesterday, guys, it was not our best day in the NBA, right? We went 1-3, minus 1.96 units. Not a great day in the NBA for us. Missed our day 3 ladder 2. And that one probably hurt the most because I had LaMelo Ball 25 plus points for plus 150 odds as one of the legs. That cash is easy. Love the read on that. We had Paulo Banchero to get 6 rebounds, which he's done so much this season. Like, it's normally a very easy line for him in a great matchup, and he ended up with 4. So that obviously hurt a lot to miss day 3 like that in particular. And then, last night we did cash on C.J. McCollum over 8.5 rebounds and assists. He ends up getting there easily early third quarter on that one, I believe. And like I said, just the rest was just not it last night, guys. Emmanuel quickly under 4.5 rebounds. He gets 8. The Heat couldn't hit the broadside of a barn last night, so there just was so many different rebound opportunities. Magic money line, which I honestly thought was a good bet. They ended up losing by 2. They would have covered that spread I talked to you guys about, so I wish we took the spread in hindsight, but of course we didn't. So obviously that hurt. And then Christian Wood over 7.5 points. Yeah, he ended up with 2. Just did not get there. So a couple bad reads last night, guys. Definitely will own the Christian Wood and quickly reads. Those were definitely not good. The Magic I still felt good about, despite them losing the game. They lost on a last-second jumper. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about that stuff. But obviously it hurts. But I'll tell you what, I'm not here for short-term results, guys. We're still 32-13 over our last 45 NBA picks. We're still rolling in the NBA. This is the worst day we've had in a long time. So you have to be able to deal with days like this because they're going to happen to everybody. They happen to everybody. It's just about how you deal with it and how you move forward. So we're here for the long term. We're going to bounce back today. We got 5 picks today in 5 games. I capped every game today. Found my 5 best picks of the day. So let's get after today. Let's get this 5-0 sweep. Let's get right into our picks here. And number 1, we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander under 12.5 rebounds and assists here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Minus 110 odds on DraftKings. So, guys, we took this play last time, and he finished with 6. We took him at actually 11.5, and he finished with 6. But he's under in 6 out of his last 10 games, 6 of his last 10 on the road, but 4 of his last 4 on the road, with a high of 11 and a low of 6. So he hasn't even gotten to the hook in the last 4 games, which I like seeing that. He's been a little banged up, so I think that could be contributing to what's going on with him a little bit here. And actually, you'd think this is a bad matchup. I mean, like a really good matchup for him to go over, right? Jazz allowing the 4th most rebounds, the 2nd most assists to point guards. But at home, they're a little bit different. At home, the Jazz allow the 6th fewest rebounds overall and the 16th fewest assists. A little bit closer to middle of the pack there, even on the assist. And really, the last 4 games, we've seen point guards versus this Jazz team go under. We had Andrew Nembhard with 4 for the Pacers starting point guard. D'Angelo Russell had 11, and he played 41 minutes in that game. Manuel quickly finished with 3, which is crazy because he's been absolutely killing it. everywhere else. Jamal Murray finished with 7. Last 4 home games for point guards versus the Jazz, rebounds and assists. So obviously we like seeing that. Gil, just like I said, has not been cashing this line really lately. And I think this is another great spot for him to go under. The ball's in his hands a lot, but he also hasn't been playing as heavy in minutes lately, but I think partly because of this injury. He's been a little bit banged up, and I think obviously that contributes as well to him going under. And here, if it was at home, I wouldn't take it, but with the fact that he's on the road, I love it, guys. You can also get this for plus 106 on FanDuel, under 11.5, which I still love that line as well. So love it there for number 1 pick. We got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, under 12.5 rebounds and assists, minus 110 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, we got Kyle Kuzma, under 33.5 PRAs here for the Washington Wizards, minus 115 odds on PointsBet. So guys, Kuzma under in 6 of his last 10, 6 of his last 10 on the road, under in his last 3 versus the New York Knicks with logs at 31, 28, and 31. Got some major blowout potential here with this game being in New York. I know the Knicks are on a back-to-back, but I don't think that really matters here for this team. Spread here is set to 12 in favor of the Knicks. When there has been a blowout, losses by 10 plus here for the Wizards. Kyle Kuzma has gone under in 7 of 10 of the last 10 of those games. Losses by 15 plus, 7 out of the last 10 to the under as well. So I think if they are going to get blown out, if the Knicks are going to run away with this one, Kuzma I think is definitely going under, and that definitely has a very high chance of happening. And even if it doesn't, I still think he could go under. This is not a great positional matchup for him. Knicks allowing the fewest rebounds, the 5th fewest assists, and the 15th fewest points to power forward. So they only got better defensively since the last time these two teams met by adding OG Anunoby, much better defender than what they had in RJ Barrett. And obviously he adds a lot to their defense, just making it tougher to get assists, rebounds, any of those things, points even. So got him going under today. So love it there for our number 2 pick. We got Kyle Kuzma under 33.5 PRAs here for the Washington Wizards, minus 115 odds on PointsBet. Okay, and at number 3, we got De'Aaron Fox under 34.5 points and assists, minus 106 odds on FanDuel. So guys, De'Aaron Fox under in 7 out of his last 10, 6 of his last 7 at home. Under in his last game versus the Indiana Pacers with just 25 points and assists, which we like seeing that. Pacers 12th fewest points allowed to point guards and the 5th fewest assists allowed to point guards. So we like seeing that. He's under in 6 out of his last 10 games here versus the Eastern Conference. The spread here is set to 7 in favor of the Kings. Honestly, this is another game that I could see being a blowout in favor of the Kings. Pacers here without Hallie and just traded away Bruce Brown and just made a trade there to acquire Siakam. Whether Siakam plays tonight, I don't know. I'm not sure if he's going to play or not. Regardless if he plays, I think the Pacers are going to have trouble hanging with the Kings here, who have a very cohesive unit, obviously. They don't have any new players on the floor. They all know what they're doing. So this is a spot where I definitely could see the Kings running away with this one. And if that happens, Fox is under in 6 out of the last 10 games when the Kings win by 10 plus, but 8 out of the last 10 games when the Kings win by 15 plus, which honestly I think they could win by 15 plus. I really do. We'll see what happens, but his form lately, he's been going under for the most part lately, and really it's not the greatest matchup for him. This is more of a matchup for Sabonis, and I think, the role players at home, I like the role players at home maybe to go over, like guys like Kevin Huerter, Keegan Murray, guys like that, but I think Fox will chill a little bit being at home. So love it there for our number 3 pick. We got De'Aaron Fox under 34.5 points and assists, minus 106 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 4, this one kind of feels scary, but then the more I think about it, I really love this one today, guys. We got the Memphis Grizzlies plus 12.5 spread here versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, minus 110 odds on FanDuel. So, despite how bad the Grizzlies have been this year at points, they are 12-9 against the spread on the road. They've been a decent road spread team. Timberwolves here 10-6-2 against the spread at home. Not too bad. Wolves here, though, guys, on a back-to-back coming home from Detroit where they won by just 7 over the Pistons on the road. So they had to expend themselves a lot more than I think they anticipated last night, with that game being a little closer than what people thought it would be. And the Grizzlies here, guys, coming off a 116-107 win with this same lineup versus the Warriors on Monday, which you'll see a lot of those guys in the lineup today. G.G. Jackson, Gilliard and Kennard and Tillman, those guys. So let me read the plus-minus from last game. G.G. Jackson was plus 23 off the bench. Gilliard was plus 11. Luke Kennard was plus 15. And Tillman was plus 13. The reason why I make mention of that is the Grizzlies still have a star on the team, Jaren Jackson Jr., and he was terrible the other day. It was 4 out of 20 from the field with a -9 point differential. And they still won going away in the fourth quarter. So it kind of goes to show, like, if they get anything from Jaren Jackson today, I mean, I almost say that it's not past me to think that the Grizzlies might have a shot to upset the Timberwolves here on the road, with the Timberwolves being on a back-to-back. It wouldn't surprise me. But I definitely think they're going to cover 12.5. I think they'll get better production out of Jackson Jr. That's wild to go just 4 or 20 from the field. And really, like I said, these guys off the bench for the Grizzlies played terrific. The guys in the starting lineup, Tillman played great. They got Aldama back. So they got a lot of guys back. Well, they got a few guys back. But it's crazy how sometimes when you think about it, when a team is missing their stars, like Desmond Bane, John Morant, guys like this, sometimes the team plays better because you find out you got more talent on the bench and they play more cohesive. And a lot of times that's the way it works. And that's why we like taking spreads like this, because stars don't really mean anything all the time. People kind of equate, winning to having, Morant and Bane on the floor. Not always. Sometimes it's better to have a younger team that really is hungry and then gets after it and that tries hard, that hustles, that plays together. Sometimes it pays off more. So, love there, guys, for our number 4 pick. We got the Memphis Grizzlies plus 12.5 spread here versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, -110 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and finally at number 5, yes, I do have one over for you today, guys. I didn't want to just hammer you guys with unders today. We got RJ Barrett over 20.5 points here for the Toronto Raptors, -122 odds on FanDuel. The first thing that really popped at me here, guys, the last 4 games that Barrett has played versus the Bulls, he's posted logs of, he had a log of 44, but he's averaged 30.2 points per game in those 4 games, with both home games and where he played at the Garden, he averaged 36 per game, which is wild because he was featured in the Knicks system, right? But obviously the Knicks have Brunson and Randall, and Barrett was still going off versus this Bulls team, which obviously we like to see that. And the lineup for the Bulls here is virtually the same. If you go back, you look and see that Alex Caruso played in 3 of those 4 games, which he was the guy that popped in my head that might concern me because of his on-ball defense. But he didn't have any problem going over versus him. They had obviously Zach LaVine, DeRozan, Vucevic, all these guys in the lineup that are virtually the same. Kobe White, all these guys virtually the same. So, with all things being equal, I think once again RJ Barrett's got a great chance to go over. And really, he's got a higher role in this Raptors offense, particularly now with Siakam gone. That's only going to lead to more volume for Barrett, who's been terrific with the Raptors, by the way. Barrett's gone over this line in 5 out of 6 games, out of his last 6 games with the Raptors. 2 out of 3 games at home. He went over once again last night. Cashing easily, I believe, with 26. So we love seeing that. His volume is great so far with the Raptors. His usage is great. The ball's in his hands a lot, which I love seeing that. So far, he's averaging over 33 minutes per game with the Raptors, but some of those decreased minutes were actually early on. I expect him to get 36 minutes. That's about what he's averaging over his last 6 or so. Aside from that blowout in Utah, he's averaging 36 minutes per game in 5 of 6 last 6 games. So I expect him to play 36 minutes again. And he's averaging in 5 of the last 6 games over 16 shots per game. So I expect him to shoot. Expect him to get to the free throw line. He can shoot the 3, which obviously we like seeing that. Bulls allow a lot of 3s, 2 shooting guards as well. So really for RJ Barrett, this is not that bad of a matchup. And as like I said, his volume being high, I love Barrett to go over again. So love it there, guys, for number 5 pick. We got RJ Barrett over 20.5 points here for the Toronto Raptors, -122 odds on FanDuel. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you all enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers. I know, yesterday sucked. I get it. I feel that. Yesterday sucked for me, too. It was not a good day. Obviously, losing day 3 of the ladder really hurt me, and the way we lost it, because I was so locked in on LaMelo Ball, thinking, man, I found one play that I was like, man, this is it. Plus 150. People are going to be like, what are you doing? I'm like, this is going to hit. I was really confident that was going to hit because of a lot of different reasons for that one. And then Paolo Banchero, I'm adding Banchero in there. I think it's 6 rebounds. Went through all the data. Love that one as well. And I was like, oh, this is easy. This is the easy part. We'll probably get this early 3rd quarter. And, of course, he just wasn't grabbing rebounds last night. I don't know, guys. Some games are just like that where you just can't make sense of it. It don't make sense. And LaMelo Ball gets there early in the 4th quarter. I don't know. It hurts a lot. I'm probably, I don't know what we're going to do today. I might take a break from the ladder. It is a lot of stress to lose that way. I'm just being honest, and it sucks because, obviously I start hearing about it, and of course I get it, but by the same coin, I love the parlay we had last night. It just didn't work out. But like I said, we bounced back today. We have bad days, we have good days. It's the first really bad day that we've had in a while, but we're gonna bounce back today. Let's get a 5-0 sweep. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Check out our Straight Fire MVP program. And outside of that, I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.